My name is Ludwig Armbruster, and in this series it's actually the third part of our video series about the fuzzy lookup in SSIS 2008. Alright, let's get to it. Don't need this one. So in the second video I think we finished that. I told you that the process control table is actually the source for our process monitor. So here you can see that's actually reporting services. So you can see here in the data source it points to the Adventure Works 2008, and then that report down there, which when I refresh it has already numbers. I will go over that just in one sec. So when you go under View and Report Data, then on the left hand side we also see the data sets used in that report. Now basically that report here will work as follows. In the table section on the top, it will show us the 3 latest results of the process. So you can see that process here when it was running the last time, and how many direct matches we had, and how many fuzzy matches, and how many of the records were not matched, and then the package name. And then down here you see that here the runtime is the same as over here. So the result of that table basically just shown as a chart, as a bar chart. And the blue ones are the direct match, the red ones are the fuzzy matched, and then the orange ones are the not matched. And just to show you, so the process control table, if I want to access that report data, so I need to go to the design first. And then the interesting thing for that report here is that that data table grid down here, I think it's pulling data actually not from here, it's from here. Since you see here it's limited to top 3, and then I order it by the counter ID, which always shows the 3 latest runs in that table grid. Now I wanted to have the table just showing the 3 latest ones, but in the chart we have a top 10, and that way that report shows us in the chart the last 10, the results of the last 10 runs, but we don't need to see all those in the data grid, which is kind of cool to create that. So basically we need 2 data sets to accomplish that. Okay, so when we go back to the preview, I think that is pretty neat and helpful for that process here. Now let's go to the package up here. What we have here is several transformations take place to get the data from the Excel spreadsheet to the clean data table on the Adventure Works. Now in the first video we said never use a fuzzy lookup without a standard or common lookup before. Now you see here in the toolbox there is the fuzzy lookup there, and then we have the regular lookup. Where is it? Must be still here, right there. Okay, and then here in the data flow we see the regular lookup, and then here we see the fuzzy lookup. And I just have it to the Adventure Works. Here we have the view, which I showed you in the second video. And then we have the columns and output aliases for the match columns, and basically we join them over 6 columns here. Oh, I'm sorry. And then in the advanced tab, the similarity threshold is currently set to 75, and I would say we just run that now a couple times, and we start with a high. Let's start with a very high similarity threshold, and I close that, I save it, and then I just run the package. And that's one time. So I go back to the package in the advanced, and let's say I go to 80 now. I say okay. I think I don't need to save it every time. It will already run with the 80% now. I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, and then we go back, and then we go there. And the reason why I'm doing that is just the log table and that report, that reporting services report, will show us how changing that similarity threshold is gonna impact our amount of matched and unmatched records, and that's actually the important part here. Oh, that worked good too. Then we think we're at 50% now. I might do bigger jumps. Okay. %. Runs there. And then let's go to 20%. I want to be consistent. Okay, 30%. So 3 more runs. Okay. And then we go to 20%. Run that. And then we go to 20%, actually 10% now. And then we put it really low, 0%. Now every time that package ran, it inserted the information about the amount of loaded records and the amount of matched records into that table, and we'll analyze what's happening here in just 1 minute in the next video.